How you all doing tonight? My name is George Gavioli. I grew up in Holland, section of Philadelphia. My family moved to Foxheads after there. I'm a graduate of Central High School, class of 245. From there, I never left Center City, Philadelphia. I lived in high-rise apartments, condos. My wife grew up in Rittenhouse Square at a place called the Dorchester, a notable condo in Philadelphia. Why we chose Beaver Hill is because of the school district across the street. I have two children, twins, boy and girl. We lived in a small house in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is becoming an area where a lot of people are getting tired of the taxes, getting tired of no services. We chose Beaver Hill because I didn't want to buy a house in Jenkintown Borough. I don't want an older home where I have to keep working and I'm not going to be able to spend time with my children. And being able to not have any maintenance, because we have a maintenance people on premise, is a very convenient thing for many people, from old to new, younger families, older families, whatever. I work for IBW 126. We're electrical and linemen. The people that lost this work, power during Sandy is the work that we do. We restored millions of people's electricity. We were working 7 days a week, 16 hours a day. I did it for a month and a half. I ran work for a company that was contracted for Pico Energy for 11 and a half years. I made millions of dollars for that company. I was in charge of 24 plus men, and the knowledge that I learned doing that job, I think I would do here if I'm elected. I try to capitalize on everything I can possibly do, meaning from I made money for the company, but I made sure it was done safely and the right way, and it was efficient. And I think having those ideas out, the work that I did, doing it here is basically the same thing, but maybe a little bit smaller in size. There's so many advantages to this area, such as the train station right across the street with 3 different trains running through there. For families that want to move out of Philadelphia, this is a prime location for them. You have a school district that's been written about in the Inquirer magazine. Inquirer, Philadelphia magazine. It's one of the top premier schools in Pennsylvania. That's why we moved here, because of that. When I was younger, I didn't have kids. I could care less about any of it. But when I became a parent, I realized that I had to do what was right for my children, and one of it is going to good education. My wife, like I said, grew up in Rittenhouse Square. She went to private schools her whole life. I'm not sending both my kids to private school because it's close to $50,000 a year tuition. And it's not fair for me to say, you'll go to private school and you're not going to private school. It's just not the right thing to do. With the school across the street, it's like 600 kids in the class, in the school altogether. It's like a private school on its own. My wife went to Abington Friends around the corner. We need to try to get these property values back up. And in order to do that, we had to come up with ideas to figure out why we're not getting these close. Oh. All right. That's what I'm here to do, try to figure out how we can get these property values up, meaning younger families, better maintenance. I don't know. But if I'm elected, I will find out, and I will increase these property values, because I live here, and I plan on living here until I retire. And like I said, your ace in the hole is the school system, and the town, the train station. All right. I answer any questions, don't answer questions.